Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video we're going to have a look at nervous system regulation. So we're having a quick look at this again as we were talking about it in the live, and I wanted to bring it up into our awareness again for anyone who is on the journey of doing nervous system regulation or wanting to kind of connect it to your everyday so that you are synchronized, I suppose, with your manifestations. The reason why nervous system regulation, from my own perspective anyway, is important for everything that we're doing. So manifestation, yes. Rewiring your brain with new thoughts, yes, and creating that sense of stability and security within yourself, how you operate throughout your day. Your whole lifestyle is really all determined on how your nervous system is. And this means that when we feel safe in our body, we kind of create quicker results in the sense that our mind and body is connected, so we are engaged in clarity. When we are clear in our thoughts and in how we feel within our body, manifestation does become quicker. I know from my own experience, you become more aware of synchronicities. Your thoughts are more positive because you are finding that you or more stable within yourself. So the byproduct of that is actually positive thoughts. You don't get as many spiraling days. Now, we are human, so of course there's going to be some days that are not as good as others, and that's okay, but it becomes less and less the more safe you feel in your nervous system. Now, our nervous system can actually come into alignment through thinking. So we do have muscles in our brain that can actually create a good, stable nervous system without even actually engaging in activities. So for example, I know that there was an example of growing biceps, and there was an example of a study that was done on a group that were working on their biceps throughout a week or two, and a group who were just simply thinking about the muscle of their biceps. And it turned out that the ones that were thinking obviously created stronger biceps just simply by thinking alone. So of course you can do this with your nervous system by taking a few minutes to have positive affirmations along the lines of safety and how secure you feel within yourself. However, I would want to talk about why I think the likes of breath work and meditation are important kind of things that we can do if we are someone who wants to have a kind of a physical feeling in the moment of nervous system regulation. So it's not for everybody, and I know that. However, if you are somebody who is kind of like a sensory person, so for myself, I am somebody who experiences emotions within my body, and I would be kind of a sensitive type of person. So doing physical nervous system regulation for me was actually the game changer for me, because while I was doing a lot of affirmations and I was keeping my thoughts in a positive, relatively positive way, day in and day out, it was only when I got into actually doing physical nervous system activity that I released blocks, that I found manifestation to be more synchronized. And you'd be meditating or doing breath work, and you would think about a person, and all of a sudden you'd be meeting them on the street. Those kind of synchronizations that you are aware of more because you're coming more clear in your mind, and then obviously in your body as well too. So when it comes to conscious manifesting, we know that it's a thought process. It's a thought universe. However, when we want to do physical things for our body, if you are somebody who is sensitive, or if you are somebody who picks up on emotions quicker, you pick up on the emotions of people around you, doing physical kind of work like breath work and meditation, or even simple exercises as well that are good for the nervous system, will be very, very beneficial if you are somebody who is kind of inclined to pick up on, you know, feelings and emotions and things like that as well too. Now, as I said previously there, that it is not for everyone. So if you are someone who just simply can stabilize yourself through thought alone, then that works for you. Then that is kind of what you should continue with as well too. Anything that is put forward in anything up there, you know, I suppose not just myself, but anything I say is really just a kind of a guidance from, you know, experience, from my experience, and a guidance from what I know. One thing that we know in our world is that no two people are the same. And while we can have similar thoughts and ideas on how we perceive our life and how we live our life, we do want to understand that we're all unique. And just because, you know, someone like me would say that breath work and meditation work for me, it doesn't mean that it may work for the next person. So this is just simply a guidance to, you know, even kind of try it out and see how it feels. And if it doesn't feel good, well, then you always go with kind of what you connect with and what you feel is good for you and your body. Now, I do want to say, when I first started doing self-regulation in physical activities, it took me a few weeks before I started to actually feel the effects of it. Breath work was kind of instant, but when I started to learn about my chakras and meditating on my chakras, it took me about 6 to 8 weeks before I actually felt the real true difference in my body. Like, it actually felt like a complete shift. I don't know if anyone else has experienced this, if you've manifested or if you meditate on your chakras, but I experienced a complete shift where I could actually start feeling the energy around me. So it's like you can feel a Wi-Fi kind of a feeling, flowing from inward outward, or, you know, from side to side. I don't know if that's brain synchronization or if you're just tapping into the quantum energy that is around us, and tapping into the, you know, the energy that we hold around us as well too. But I do know that it did take about 6 weeks to 8 weeks maybe before I started to feel that. So keep going with it. If you do start to actually engage in physical nervous system regulation, you know, for a few weeks before you kind of give up if it's something that you don't think is resonating with you, because sometimes it does take a few weeks before we actually notice the benefits of it. But apart from that, you know, always go with what resonates with you. And I just kind of wanted to do a video on it, particularly because I wanted to raise more of a conscious awareness about it, that yes, okay, it's great that we manifest things through our thoughts as well, but to be aware that our body is a part of the living in our life, and we want to be able to connect it in a way that is clear and in tune with the mind as well too. So it's just a thought. If you want to have a wee think about it, if it may help, or if it not, then that's okay as well too. And we were talking about it on the live, and so I just thought for anyone who may have missed it that you might benefit from it. And again, if you don't, then that's okay as well too. So thank you so much for being here, and I will chat to you soon.